Hello artists! Today we are at the Painting Center. We're on level B. Let's get started. In front of me here I have my sketchbook. I have a new experiment page open. I'm going to put my name at the top, and I'm at the Painting Center with the regular paints. I'm on level B. I'm going to put a number 1 here, and I'm going to draw a line and then put a number 2 at the bottom. All right, let's see what we are doing today. It says here, let's clear this up here. There we go. I can know which brush size to use for details and which to use for big areas. I can use the right amount of paint. I can draw and then paint. All right, let's see what this might look like here. So let's do the play and experiment. I'm going to need my egg carton. Now that I'm on level B, I get more colors. I get 6 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Then I get more brush sizes too. So I'm going to need a smallish brush. I'm going to need a medium brush, and I'm going to need a large brush. All right. Now that I have those, and I have my paper towel over here, and I have my water cup right here. My water is kind of icky. Yours would be nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and experiment. I'm going to take my largest brush, and I'm going to find a color here, and I'm just going to dip it in, and I'm going to paint and see how big. Look how big that mark is. Whoa. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash that out and dry and get the extra water off. And then remember, I'm going to dry it on my paper towel. I'm going to dry it on my paper towel here so it's ready to go for the next color. I'm going to just draw a shape, I think, over here. I'm going to try to paint that in later, and I think I'm going to draw one more shape. There we go, with my pencil. All right, I'm going to try another brush. I'm going to try this smaller flat brush and see what happens. I'm going to grab some blue this time, just a little bit. Remember, I don't need a lot. I do not need a lot of paint on my brush. Look how little of paint I have. Look, this one makes a smaller mark, and it kind of went away. That means I might just need to grab just a little bit more paint and just go right back in the line. I can just spread it on out like that. But look, it makes a smaller mark. All right, wash out my brush. I'm going to touch it to the bottom, wipe off the extra here, and then dry it off on the paper towel. I have a messy mat under me so that none of my things get dirty. All right, now I'm going to take this very small brush here, and I'm going to paint some of these shapes that I've made. I'm going to take purple here, and with my small brush, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the outside first. I'm going to try my best to stay in the lines as best I can. I'm going to stay in the lines here, and I'm just going to paint the outside. I feel like my large brush would be too big to get this kind of line. This brush would be too big. All right, I'm going to keep going. I think I need a little bit more paint. I just grabbed just a little bit. I barely touched it in. All right, now that I have the outside lines made with my brush, I am going to go ahead and grab a bigger brush, and then I can fill in the inside with that purple. I can fill it in with my bigger brush. Like that. There we go. All right, nice and thin. Remember, wash out my brush here, touch it to the bottom, get off the extra, and I can dry them off. I would do that again with my other shape. I'm going to take my small brush again. I'm going to make a very small line here. I'm going to be nice and precise with my line. I feel like I need a little bit more paint there. There we go. Nice small line. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make some dots. I'm going to try to make some dots with my small brush again. If I want big dots, I would use a bigger brush. Small dots, small brush. Just like that. All right. When I have that done, then I'm going to go down to my mini artwork. And I am going to plan using pencil first. I'm going to paint my light paints, then dark paints. Okay, then I need to let the paints dry and then add the details. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my artwork made. Maybe it doesn't fill up the whole space. And then I'm going to add in some fun things through here. Just some fun things to add. Just like that. I want to break that one up. I don't like that one. There we go. And then I would take my small brush. Now it said to paint lights to darks. Yellow is my lightest color. So I'm going to take the yellow first, and any spot that I want yellow in, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to take my small brush and I'm going to paint around the outside first. And then I can paint the inside with either a larger brush or I can fill in the inside. Then I would go on to orange. So if I want any spots that I want to be orange, again, I would take my brush and I would make that line around the edge here. Go ahead and get it all the way up to that pencil line. Look at that, I'm just spreading my paint. Instead of getting more paint, because it's still nice and thick, it's getting the color in, I'm just moving it around. I see a glob, then I'm gonna move over here to fill it in. Okay, once I had all of this filled in, I have to stop and wait till it's dry. I have to let all the paints dry. Then I can add in my details, like these blue lines that are just right on top. I have to wait though, otherwise the paints will mix together and they'll make a new color instead of staying the color I want them to stay. I'm going to make sure that my sketchbook, when I'm done, is going to go up on the drying rack so that it can dry and not stick to my page. Then I'm going to make sure that my supplies are put away, and I'm going to wash out my paint palette or maybe share with a neighbor next to me. Happy creating!